In my opinion, if you spend time going to the gym, you should make that time worth it. Stick with me for the rest of the video to understand how you can make your workouts more efficient and get better results while spending less time at the gym. Most people spend a long time in the gym because they do a lot of volume, meaning they do a big variety of exercises for the same muscle groups, chasing the feel of the muscle, what we usually refer to as the pump. The pump or the soreness you feel the next day are not very good indicators of a workout's effectiveness. And the only reason people use this amount of volume is to compensate for the quality of their sets. Instead of doing this, you should focus on performing your sets optimally so that you have to do less of them. But what makes a good set? Well, there are two main things: form and intensity. The form can be divided into a few different parts: your overall movement pattern, the tempo, and the range of motion. Let's dive into each one individually. Your movement pattern is just where you are moving the weight and how. It is important that you use the right muscles and maintain a stable foundation while performing the exercises. If you are not sure how to perform a certain exercise, you can ask a trainer at your gym or search the execution on YouTube. Getting this right will allow you to progressively increase the weights you use and reduce the risk of injury, which means more gains. Next is the tempo. This is just how long you take in each part of the repetition. Generally, you want a fast, concentric portion, which is the portion in which you contract the muscle, and a slow and controlled eccentric, which is when you stretch the muscle. In the bench press, for example, the concentric portion would be when you're pushing the bar up, and the eccentric when the bar is traveling down. So, you want to push as hard as you can and control the weight on the way down. But how long should the negative last? Well, literature shows it doesn't really matter as long as you are in control of the weight instead of letting it free fall, but aiming for 2 to 3 seconds is a good place to start. Finally, we have the range of motion. This is just how far the weight travels. You should always use as much amplitude as you can, especially on the stretch. Getting back to the bench press example, what bar would you choose for this exercise? The normal straight bar or the cambered bar? Well, research shows that most likely you will promote more muscle growth if you use the cambered bar because it allows for a greater stretch. The stretched position is the most important. Don't sleep on it. If you execute your exercises following these tips, your form will be excellent. Now you're just left with the easy part: intensity. It is crucial that you perform your workouts with intensity. This does not mean you should be rushing through the exercises and resting for only 10 seconds, but rather, you should give everything you have on every set and go to failure most of the time while resting for long enough to allow you to perform close to your best every set. Congratulations, you have everything you need to go make some monster gains. See you soon.